Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys all doing today? I hope you guys are doing super well. Coming to you live from the women's wing of a college dorm. Don't ask any questions. And today I'm going to be doing this excellent little tier list. The item types in the Bazaar. Now, what is an item type? Basically, if you've ever played Vat of Acid of Mac and you need to get all the item types, it's basically just like the different labels every item has. Like Piranha would, for example, be like a weapon, aquatic, a friend, maybe other things. And it's basically just rating all those. Guys, if you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe below. Helps the channel tremendously. I'm absolutely trying to hit 500 right now, so hopefully we get there. And then let me know your thoughts below. This is going to be a very subjective tier list, by the way, because I'm going to explain it and you guys will be like, whoa. Anyways, also at 500 subs, I'm going to upgrade my mic, which is very exciting. Beyond that, let me explain this. So, this is more of a goofy tier list and not anything like, you know, write this down, follow this, because these items are so much better. Nothing like that. I just wanted to rate this like kind of based on vibes. Like how cool they are, how well I think the designs are like incorporated, like do the developers go above and beyond, make really cool and interesting designs for each of these types, that kind of thing. So the way I would think about it is more like vibes, or more like how cool is each item type, is what I'm going for at least. And yeah, let's get into it. And then besides that, I mean, we have dope, which is self-explanatory. It means like most of the item types in the item type are pretty freaking awesome. Sometimes cool means you kind of have a mix, like you have some pretty cool types, or pretty cool items in a type, but then also like some that aren't as cool. And then meh is most of the time what you're getting isn't that exciting. So to get into it, a very good example of meh, in my opinion, is apparel. Now, in my opinion, there is a couple cool apparel items. You have something like Arkan's ring, which is this like big mob boss's ring. That's kind of cool. But other than that, I don't feel like you have a lot of like fantasy-y style items in this game. You know, like you don't have like, oh, check out this like secret elf apparel, or like this robe was passed down through my family for generations. You just kind of have like boots, robe, you know, like helmet. Like it's not the most exciting stuff, and I feel like you don't get a lot of those fantasy aspects. So for me, it's kind of meh. Aquatic, I think, is dope. You get all these different like pirate effects, you know, captain's wheel, like the captain's ship, captain's quarters, flagship. Like you just get all this cool ass pirate shit, and then you get all this cool underwater stuff. I live on the ocean, so maybe I'm a little biased, but I love this stuff a lot, and it's so cool. And then you get all the aquatic homies down below, like pufferfish. Like you just get a lot of really cool looking things. And just like thematically, pirates are sick, and the ocean is sick. Pretty dope. Core. Maybe I'm overrating this because I'm kind of a dually fan lately. I think most of the cores don't do a lot for me. Of the 7 cores that exist, the 6 main ones, and armored core, none of them just are like blowing me away. I think in general, friend core is pretty sick, just because you have like this little hamster, you know, chilling on a wheel, powering dually. Like pretty cool, like little lore there, like little thematic design there. But beyond that, I like the core as a design, where it's like, this is the one true powerful dually core, you know, to rule all other cores. In general though, none of the other ones really do a whole lot for me. I'm actually going to drop this down to meh. Dinos are fucking sick. Now, there's only 3 dinos in the game. You get the 2 destruction dinos for dually, and then Mac has a dino. And I will say Mac's dino does drag it down a little bit, in the sense that Mac's dino is basically just a glorified horse. However, the other 2 dinos, you literally have these big old dinos destroying shit. They eat everything in sight and get stronger. Like, that's so cool. Like, dinosaurs are already sick, but then just the design of them destroying things and getting bigger and more powerful is really cool thematically. So I gotta put dinos in dope. Next we have dragon. Now, I think dragons are sometimes cool. In general, dragons are a pretty cool fantasy concept for sure. And I think in this game, a couple things really stand out to me. I think the dragon heart is pretty sick. In general, just like using the heart of a dragon to make yourself more powerful is a cool concept. Also, while it's not super strong, dragon whelp is pretty cool. You just have like this little baby dragon hanging out with you, which is pretty sick if you like were to utilize a baby dragon. If you get him really strong, you can imagine it's like a dragon growing up, getting more and more powerful. But beyond that, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of the dragon items don't do a lot for me. Like dragon wings, it's kind of like eh. It's like it doesn't feel like a legendary thing, you know? Like it's like the dragon wings are a little underwhelming to me, and like dragon potion is also a little underwhelming to me. It's cool that it's like fire, but it's also got overlap with like fire potion. It's just not, I guess, like immaculate. So I think dragon has some really cool like items going for it, but also some kind of meh items going for it. Food, I'm gonna say meh. The way I would think about this is that like there's nothing really blowing me away. Like all this food you can get on Earth, you know? Like butter. Like, wow, I've never heard that one before. And I'm not saying it's like bad design or anything. It's not the case at all, but I'm just saying like nothing about the food really blows me away. Like what if there was some like interstellar spinach or something like that, you know? Like for the most part, food is just kind of what you find on Earth. And so for that, it's kind of meh to me. It's like super exciting. Friends. I feel like this one is self-explanatory. The friend type is just cool in general, because you just get like a bunch of the homies. They're all like smiling at you. They're either like cutesy or they're like tough and they're one of the boys. All the friends are just sick in general. And it's like every time I see a friend tag on something, I'm just like, look at this little guy. He's my little buddy. Like, how can you hate that, man? You'd have to be psychotic, to be honest. I don't know why these got swapped. But loot. So, loot in general, I think, is not that interesting. And the reason is imagine you're like a merchant in the bazaar, right? Put yourself in this hypothetical scenario, and some guy comes up to you and he's like, hey, this will help you along your journey. This will make you the best merchant in the land. And he hands you like an insect wing. It's like a mosquito's wing, and he's like, no, trust me, bro. Like, this will fucking amp you up. Like, right, I don't know. I just looked at all the different loot items, and none of them are like, whoa, this is so cool. Like, an insect wing, it's like not that cool. Like the effect is super powerful and it's good, but like same with feather, like it's just a feather, you know? The coolest one is Vial of Blood, but then I'm like, it doesn't really do that much for me. The other thing too, it's like same with cinders, right? Imagine some guy coming up to you and he's like, I want you to take the remnants of my fire and go crush the bazaar. Like some dude just literally made a campfire, was like, oh, look at this little scrap at the bottom, and he's like, I'm gonna give this to this merchant. That's what's gonna take him to the top. Just kind of funny to me. I don't know. Not like super cool conceptually, but in general, not bad. Potions. I was absolutely sleeping on potions. Absolutely sleeping on potions. And the reason is I thought about potions and I'm like, well, they're all kind of bland, they're all kind of samey. I was wrong. They have some really cool potion ideas in this game. For example, Potion, where you have a potion that transforms into more potions. That's pretty freaking cool. Bottled lightning. Well, obviously you've heard of like lightning in a bottle. The fact, it's just, I've seen that one before, but it's still a cool concept, and I think like rainbow potion, you just have a potion that does almost like everything. Bottled explosion, which is just like infinitely compounding potion. It's just cool. Like you have really cool potion ideas and effects in this game. Property. Now, first I thought property would be meh, because I'm like, oh, like apparel, it's just gonna be a bunch of stuff on Earth. And you do have some mess. Like, I think Landscraper isn't that exciting. You know, it's kind of just like some guy's house, basically. But beyond that, like, there's actually some pretty cool things. Like, Space Scraper goes into space. It's fucking huge. It's awesome. I don't know, like, Aurora Dome is really cool. Just like the Northern Lights going on. Let's see, you get Cove, you get Dam, you get Fort. Even I think something like Lemonade Stand is kind of cool to me. Money Tree is a cool concept. Robot Factory is sick. You get a couple gyms. Like all those are just sick to me. I don't know. I really like the property like concepts and art, bro. It's like I don't know. This is me. Rays I think are pretty meh. Now, the reason I think rays are pretty meh is just because, well, there's not a lot of them, and if you look at the art, it's all kind of the same. I don't think any of the effects really blow me away either, especially on the dually ones. They are propped up a little bit by things like Illusion Ray and Shark Ray, which is kind of funny because they're, you know, aquatic, like animal rays, but they get the ray tag, which I do appreciate the team for doing that. But in general, like, I don't know, the rest of the dually rays just don't do a lot for me. Reagents are pretty mid to me. And the reason, well, they're sometimes cool. Because there is a couple cool ones. You get like Nightshade and Death Caps, which are both like these poison plants, which is a cool, like I really like that, like theme going on. But then you also have something like literal sulfur, which I don't think is that cool. I just think you have some that are like super sick, and you're like, whoa, like I'm gonna use these poison plants to take on my enemies, and then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to a volcano and collect some stuff that smells like rotten eggs and defeat my opponent. Like, it's just, some are cool, sometimes they're like not cool, you know? Relics are sick, and the relics in this game are really, really cool in my opinion. So I said alphabetical order initially, but I'm just like the top 3 off of how Bazaar in order. You have the Fang of a Basilisk, cool ass concept. You have Frozen Flame, which is just an ever-burning flame that's on, it's frozen. That's sick as fuck. And then you have some random dude's femur. Like, isn't that a crazy lineup of 3? And then you still get a bunch of other cool ones below. Like things like Viper Cane, that's sick as fuck. I don't know, I think all the relics are really cool, and they have a lot of really cool design going on for them. Techs. So, just in general, I'm going to put tool here as well, and the reason is, there's just so many different techs and tools in the game. It's kind of that they just kind of get regressed to the mean, because you have a lot of exciting ones, and then you have a lot of not so exciting ones. For techs, for example, you get like some cool robots and stuff. You get like 3D printer to 3D print like other shit, and it's like very realistic, and you can copy like any small item. That's sick. Antimatter chamber. That's cool. But then you also have things like ATM, which isn't that exciting, or battery, which is just kind of like, hey, like it doesn't blow me away. Like it's kind of cool because it's like techy, robot-y, but like it's not like blowing me away. And tools the same thing. Like again, 3D printer. You have cranes. You can smack people with a big crane is a really cool concept. But then you also have other things like dishwasher, and duct tape's kind of cool, but like duct tape, So you have some really cool stuff, but then you have some like, meh. I first rated toys lower than I have them now, but there's some pretty dope toys in here. Piggles is fucking sick. It's a sick little like tabletop game with little pigs. That's sick. Pet Rock, my man, is awesome. Just look at him. And he's a little friend too. Oh, you have Teddy, which would not be as cool as it is if it wasn't incredibly rare and a legendary item, and it's got guns. That's a pretty sick toy. Even things like Yo-Yo and Marbles make me a little bit happy. It gives me like Home Alone vibes. Like the idea of just beating your opponent with marbles is kind of funny. Wand is really sick. I haven't like tried to rate the effect in here too much, but like the effect of Wand is just so cool. Like Wand is just really fun design for an item. I don't know, bro. It's like you just look at every single one of them, and even something like Beach Ball, I'm like, you know what? I kind of respect Beach Ball. Like, it's just kind of a fun little concept. I don't know. I really rate the toys in this game. Vehicle. Now, vehicle's kind of give and take, in my opinion. I think things like Beast of Burden, Bob, is kind of sick, especially like with the way the effect works. You just get to become a bunch of different types, and he's like this llama guy, so he's cool. You have Flagship, this big old pirate ship. Super, super, super dope. But then on the downside, you have things like Brick Buddy. Well, he's a friend. He's not like the most exciting. Doesn't have a face or anything. He's like moves bricks around. And in general, like, I don't think either of the submarines from Vanessa doesn't, like, neither of those really stands out to me. They're cool-esque, like cool adjacent, but they're not like quite there for me. So in general, vehicles have some give and take, And then weapons, it's just like techs and tools. There's almost 200 weapons in the game, is what I learned, at least from How Bazaar. That's what they told me, because there's like 193 if you look it up on How Bazaar, something like that. So, because there's so many, there's going to be some really dope ones, and there's going to be some very meh ones, and I'm just going to say it averages, because I didn't want to look at 200 weapons. And again, like many of the things I discussed here are dope weapons, many of them are not. There's some meh weapons in here too. So, in general, guys, that's my list. Very, very clearly objective tier list. Not actually, but hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys found this entertaining. Sorry I haven't been uploading lately. I've been traveling a lot and then ran into some tech issues, but finally got to be uploading. Feel free to drop a like and subscribe below if this was helpful, entertaining. You used it while you were in the bathroom to distract you. You're at work and you're, ignoring your boss. Any reason, feel free to, support this video. Hope you guys enjoy. Catch you in the next one. Hope you guys are doing well. Haven't heard from you guys in a while, and I really hope to be doing some streaming soon. Until then, guys, have a good one. I'll catch you in the next one. Be safe out there.